Hello, my name is Jackson Atwood, and today I have the pleasure of presenting my case assignment. And for the week 8 case assignment, I chose to go with the company Chick-fil-A. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So, we'll first take a look at Chick-fil-A's ethics. As we can see here, I've got the 4 main paths of ethics laid out, and we'll start with the first one. And I believe their deontology comes in their company policies and biblical principles. So deontology, it's all about following the rules, right? Following the rules is what makes right and wrong. So I believe you can see that in company policies, company rules, right? The Chick-fil-A has a set company policies, set rules that all employees must adhere to. This is what makes it right. These are deontological principles that are right. They also have firm biblical principles. There's a lot of different paths of philosophy and ethics and all those sorts of things when it comes to Christian ethics. But one path is deontological, when it talks about rules and these are following God's commands and right and wrong and those sorts of things. So I believe that. For the next one, I believe it's culture of care, serving, and cost-less benefits. Because we know the next one is focusing on what makes right is what's doing the most impact in the positive way for the most people, right? So it's more so that the ends justify the means. So what is right is what helps the most amount of people. I believe you see that in their culture of care, their serving, and their cost-less benefits. Because in the culture of care, they're looking to serve the most amount of people. They're looking to make the most amount of impact in serving other people. These are things that look outside of oneself and looks at the bigger picture of the good of all people, what's best for all people, and serving is something that is hard for us, but it's good for other people. Rights, laws, time off, and minimum wage. So rights that Chick-fil-A employees are offered, right? They have time off. They have labor laws, all these kinds of things. Minimum wage. So Chick-fil-A has to adhere to these laws and have inherent rights for employees, for people involved in the business. So these are rights that affect, right ethics that affect Chick-fil-A directly. Virtues. 3 virtues that when studying Chick-fil-A I noticed that were prevalent were honor, dignity, and respect. These are 3 virtues that they want in every employee. They want an environment of these. This is what the backbone of really who they are and what they do. Now moving on to our next slide. Their biblical ethics. So we touched on serving and caring already in the last one, but also being a good steward. These are all biblical principles and ethics that Chick-fil-A exudes, that they excel at. Their whole focus in what they do is about serving, caring, and being good stewards of what God has given us. And these are important, fundamental biblical ethics that their company focuses on. Going to the next one. Chick-fil-A's approaches to corporate social responsibility activities, or CSR activities. There's quite a few here. Chick-fil-A, I noticed that they like to break it into 4 main categories. They have people, community, food, and planet. So for people, they have a positive culture of volunteering, diversity, and scholarships given to employees. So their whole image, CSR activity when it comes to inside with their people, they're all about creating a positive culture, a culture that uplifts their employees. Also, volunteering. They have programs for employees to volunteer together, to team build, that kind of thing. And they also have scholarships that are given out to employees to help them graduate college and all those kinds of things. For the community, donating to nonprofits and building local leaders. So they Chick-fil-A invests in nonprofits that help in their local community, and they also they have programs to help local leaders develop, learn, graduate, scholarships, those kinds of things to just build up future leaders in the community. For food, they donate surplus food to nonprofits, and providing disaster relief. So the extra food that, the surplus of food that Chick-fil-A makes is donated to nonprofits, and also when disasters hit, they are able to provide some relief by sending food to those areas. Planet. Clothes made from recyclable materials, reducing energy consumption and reducing food waste. So these are main focuses of CSR activity for Chick-fil-A. They have their uniforms are made from recyclable materials. The red polo shirts are made from 16 plastic water bottles, and then in the blue have 9, amongst other materials. But they are wanting to be more recyclable. They're focusing on reducing energy consumption, and this is through good practices that are being taught at management levels, and reducing food waste. This is, working on policies and procedures that lower the amount of food being made, but also things like donating the surplus to nonprofits helps lower food waste. Next. Now, looking at Chick-fil-A through the pestle analysis, we have the political biblical principles. Oh, sorry, got a little lost there. But for the political part of pestle, we have the biblical principles. So, Chick-fil-A is a Christian organization. They stand on biblical principles. They're closed on Sundays. So because of this, they actually have seen some political tension. This is a political atmosphere that affects them. There's people that hate Chick-fil-A or won't buy Chick-fil-A because of this. So there's that politicalness to it because of their biblical beliefs. Now, moving to economic, income, inflation, and employment rate. These are all economic factors that can affect Chick-fil-A. So looking at the first one, income. People's income will determine if income is very low, people are not going to be as willing to spend as much money at Chick-fil-A, which will affect it. The same concept with inflation. As prices rise, then production cost rises, raw ingredients prices rises. This affects the supply chain. These are all factors that can affect them. And then employment rate. The more people employed, the actually more sales Chick-fil-A gets, but if there's employed at other places, then you also are losing potential workers at Chick-fil-A. So those are economic factors. Social is preference and health trends. So what's in and what's trendy changes a lot. So Chick-fil-A may be popular or may not be popular. That can affect it. But also health trends. So like as a society, we're seeing a lot more focus on health. So because of that, the menu or the things that Chick-fil-A sell may trend to be more healthier items. Technological factors, social media, robotics, and software. So social media promotes the company, does branding for the company, it's huge for them. Robotics, some factors for Chick-fil-A are beginning to use robotics to help with like manufacture or delivery. And then software, you have the software and the registers, and all sorts of stuff like that. And the headsets that they use of the drive-through window, the drive-through speakers, all these things are technological factors and that continue to develop different softwares, these kind of things, new programs to advance this kind of stuff. All these kind of things affect Chick-fil-A. Legal, employment laws and food safety standards. These are the two big legal factors. Things like minimum wage, labor laws, child labor laws, and food safety standards. These are all things that apply heavily to Chick-fil-A and affect the way that they do business. Ethical/environmental, serving the community and managing waste. This is something we covered a little bit already, but their big focus is serving people, caring for people. So when it comes to ethical/environmental things, factors that affect them, they're looking to manage waste and serve people. Moving to the next. So, writing a code of ethics for Chick-fil-A. I'm just going to read off the screen. To begin, having a code of ethics is vital for any morally thriving organization. By writing this code of ethics, there will be a set standard of ethical behavior conducted throughout every level of the organization. Additionally, this will empower employees to know the best course of action to handle ethical situations and interactions with customers. Key values and principles of the Code of Ethics. Here at Chick-fil-A, we believe in serving people and being good stewards of what God has given us. Good stewardship is a responsibility given to us by God, and we are founded on biblical principles. Virtues such as humility, respect, dignity, and honor must be present in every member of the team. We believe in teamwork, innovation, and being purpose-driven. All this can be summed up by saying we believe in a culture of care. At our core, we are here to serve and care for people, so we must never lose sight of the individual. We must have a caring, positive environment for all employees and carrying a positive impact on our communities. Consequences of non-compliance with the Code of Ethics. Creating a culture of care is of paramount importance here at Chick-fil-A. So to ensure that environment is protected, there must be disciplinary measures for those who compromise the Code of Ethics. Disciplinary measures can include verbal warnings, write-ups, suspensions, or termination of employment. How the Code of Ethics will be communicated. Trainings, action, and website. So, through our training, when you get onboarded, whether through the different onboarding processes, through maybe different annual trainings, we will train you in the Code of Ethics. We will reinforce it. We will teach it through these trainings. Action. We believe that we must lead by example. We are servant leaders. So we will act out this Code of Ethics. We will live it out from top to the bottom, and that will set the example. And we'll communicate it through the website. We don't just want the employees to know, but we want all people to know our Code of Ethics, so it will be up on the website. That's how it will be communicated. Now, a corporate social responsibility statement. We believe our strong core values such as serving, caring, and good stewardship are a vital driving force that pushes us to help make a better tomorrow. We want to care for those around us and take steps that truly serve the community. Furthermore, we strive to be good stewards of all things in our possession. That is why we are dedicated to raising up future leaders in the community through scholarship programs. Furthermore, we are making great strides to see a cleaner tomorrow through waste reduction. We are focusing on policies and procedures to reduce food, energy, and water waste. One way we reduce food waste and help the local community in one go is by donating surplus food to nonprofits, which feeds those in need and helps reduce waste. We believe in making lasting positive impact on communities, and we know it takes everyone coming together to make that happen. So we sincerely hope that you join us in our endeavor to see a brighter future. To sum it all up, here at Chick-fil-A, we have a culture of care, and we want to serve our community. We know that happens when everyone comes together to see a brighter future, and we want you to be a part of that. Now, whether that is helping volunteer, whether that's joining our team, or whether that's buying food at one of our organizations, know that some of these profits and these things go to helping the local community through food drives, through nonprofits, these kinds of things, scholarships, building up local leaders, and we want you to be a part of it. So, that was my case assignment for Chick-fil-A. This is my reference list. It's just the 2 websites that have their culture and values and their CSR activity. So, thank you very much.